And now for a session presented by Almosafer. Please welcome the Executive Vice President, Travel for Seera Group, Muzzammil Ahussain, in discussion with Skift X Head of Studio, Jeremy Kressmann.
Muzzammil, welcome to Skift Global Forum East.
Thank you.
Just to set the stage here, one of the biggest travel success stories in the region is, of course, Saudi Arabia. In 2019, the country launched its first tourist visa as part of the ambitious Vision 2030 strategy. And that's helped both inbound and outbound travel in Saudi to skyrocket. Saudi nationals and foreign visitors to the country are traveling more as pandemic restrictions ease and pent-up demand is surging. And of course, one of the most important players helping power all of this is Seera Group, which includes the Almosafer brand. So I'm joined today by Muzzammil from Almosafer, part of Seera Group, which is one of the largest travel companies in Saudi. So welcome again. Tell me about where Almosafer is today with its strategy, and if you could explain Seera Group's larger journey to create a single consolidated travel brand.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you again for having us, and it's a pleasure to be here. And thank you, Rafat, for finally selecting Dubai as a place to host Skift East. I think Seera Group is, I would say, has a long journey of transformation. It started 40 years ago, previously known as Al Tayyar, and we continued to provide corporate travel services to the government for over 30 years. In 2012, we went public and by 14, 15, started to see the change in travel and how it was moving to a more digital strategy. So we started our digital transformation early and our corporate transformation. In 2015, started investing in different companies. We're the largest shareholder of Careem all the way through to its exit to Uber. We purchased a stake in Almosafer, which I lead today, and invested in other parts of our business. And in 2019, rebranded into Seera Group. That rebranding was a culmination of a bit of our strategy in terms of building out holistic business units that we lead into each ecosystem of travel. So we have investments in hotels and hospitality assets. We have a car rental brand, Lumi, and we have our travel platform, which is under the umbrella of Almosafer, which has 3 or 4 different businesses, and all of them are digitally enabled and focused on supporting every element of travel, from the consumer travel business to corporate and government, as well as inbound tourism, both for leisure and religious tourism.
Right. So it sounds like you have a lot of momentum. You've come a long way from your roots, right? You mentioned digital transformation in your last answer. This became critical during the pandemic. You know, we heard a lot of companies needing to provide more contactless, self-serve options. But it sounds like Almosafer has actually been working on digital transformation for quite some time, right? Why is this a unique approach in the region, and how has technology contributed, would you say, to Almosafer's growth?
Yeah, I mean, I think we started our digital transformation, as I said, in 2015, 2016 as a group, and we continued to invest in digital talent, in technology, in people, as well as building out the capability internally and externally. In 2019, we launched our omnichannel strategy, which is a fully enabled omnichannel strategy across online, in-store, physical, call center, and even WhatsApp. WhatsApp is a significant channel for us to engage with our customers. We took the time to research and study the behavior in the region, consumers specifically in Saudi, but also in other parts of the region, and identified a unique offering which isn't available today by any global player or local player at scale. So the Saudi market has a unique way of purchasing in terms of 60% of the bookings today are still offline. We started our online journey in 2013, 2014, but we moved towards omnichannel, which actually internally a lot of us were resistant to that. But we've seen so much success in creating a multi-channel, multi-touchpoint journey that allows customers to interact with us at many elements of their travel journey. So pre-booking, post-booking, during the booking, during the trip, they're always with us. We're always with them at their fingerprints.
Well, that omni-channel strategy is very much the strategy we're seeing in other parts of the world in travel, so it totally tracks with that. Let's talk a little bit about the portfolio of companies that are part of Almosafer, right? You have this enormous portfolio. There's destination management company, travel management, hospitality, tours, online travel, car rentals, the list, there's quite a few. How is Almosafer aligning these various teams with Saudi's Vision 2030 goals? Because obviously they're very ambitious.
I think there's 2 major themes that we've touched on through our businesses. One is, as we know, as you mentioned, in 2019, Saudi opened up its borders and has significantly started to invest in building out tourism to achieve the Vision 2030 objective. So we established, actually right before COVID, in November 2019, Discover Saudi, which is our leisure tourism DMC, focused on providing inbound tourism services to visitors from around the world. And we also previously have had Mawasim, which is our religious tourism segment, focused on religious travel into the kingdom. So one of our key business elements is basically combining religious and leisure travel into a trip into Saudi Arabia. We've seen tremendous interest working closely with the various authorities that are promoting Saudi's destination into bringing customers and visitors into Saudi, and also promoting Saudi's destination for key events. I know last week, a couple weeks ago, there was WTTC, for example, in Riyadh. The other element of the business we have is primarily our consumer segment and business travel. What we've seen here is the integration of both of these under one umbrella brand of Almosafer has created a lot of ability for the leisure trip that was talked about earlier. Also about cross-selling and upselling and creating a travel experience not only for the business traveler during their business trip, but also for their personal travel. So, and we have the largest market share in terms of leisure travel, and we continue to invest in building out products and technologies that suit the customer needs. So we launched alternative accommodation or chalets product last year. We're launching activities this year and through our joint venture with Klook. So we continue to innovate and provide new products and services for our customers.
Right, and it sounds like there's a lot of economies of scale and synergies as you have all these complementary businesses, right? You're able to cross-sell.
Yeah, so and we're able to work with our providers and suppliers on a scale basis, so not just selling the business travel or the consumer, but across the entire ecosystem.
Yeah, and one traveler is not business or leisure anymore, right? So you know, a lot of times you're selling to the same person for a different reason. Let's talk a little bit about investment. So Saudi's Public Investment Fund has recently proposed a significant investment in Almosafer. As I understand it, this would be the fund's first investment in a private travel company. What does this investment entail, and how do you think it will enhance Almosafer's capabilities?
Yes, so yeah, we're very excited to announce that we have signed a non-binding term sheet. We're still in the process of completing the transaction. We hope that will go through sometime early next year. The focus of that investment is primarily to support the government in achieving its strategy. The PIF obviously has a mandate and is building a lot of products and services to support tourism as part of the Vision 2030. Our job is to be the sales and distribution arm of that, and to create complementary services and redefining travel experiences for the visitors into the kingdom, as well as taking Almosafer as a consumer brand to the rest of the Arab world. So we have multiple elements of the funds to be used. It's it's potentially growth capital for the business that we're excited about using. We have future announcements to come about more details, but it's really about supporting both the leisure travel into Saudi, the religious travel segment, and taking let's say Almosafer as a brand regional.
Right. So it's about the growth that's going to come from investment. But as I understand it, there's also quite a bit of organic growth happening right now for Almosafer. Talk a bit to me about your Q3 operating profit. It sounds like you've had quite a year, and just talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I think I would say Seera Group in 2020, obviously 2020 was a difficult year for everyone. We were fortunate that we had exited Kareem right before COVID with the Uber transaction, which gave us a lot of financial wherewithal to continue. And so we used the 2020 and 21. Yes, we had to make some difficult decisions like every travel company, but we were able to withstand and continue to grow and invest our team. 2021, we started to focus on the rebound, a bit of regional travel, domestic tourism. And 2022, as a travel platform, we've exceeded our 2019 levels. And we're as Seera Group, we returned to profitability the first time in Q3. We're really on track to continue that back to profitability next year. And as a group, as Almosafer, we're expecting close to a 40-50% growth next year across our consumer business, but also in Discover Saudi and religious tourism, and even our business travel is really bouncing back. So we're very excited about the coming year. We're very excited about not only the investments we're making in the future for the coming years, but also seeing the results of our investments that we've made in the last few years as well.
Absolutely. 40 to 50% growth next year is a very ambitious target, but it's
That's before the PIF transaction.
Right. Okay. So we're in an audience here listening of your industry peers. As Saudi continues building its tourism ecosystem and its infrastructure, how do you think industry players can work better with Almosafer to be part of the development that you're trying to build?
Yeah, I think look, we partner with many of the ecosystem here. I think it's really about promoting. And I think there's three key elements that we work with. One is obviously with the entire hotel and airline industry to make sure we provide the right products and services to our customers. But with tourism boards, we work closely to promote their destinations to the Saudi traveler, which is very exciting. It's a high spending travel segment. They enjoy their vacations. And also, it's the other way around as well. We want to promote Saudi's destination by partnering with large tour operators and travel agents in their destination, both for religious and leisure segments, to come and visit the kingdom. Especially next year, as a number of new projects are really opening up. Alula is well known, but also the Red Sea, which we're really excited about to promote as a destination and welcome travelers to.
And we'll hear from both Alula and Red Sea later today, so we'll be excited to hear the connections
Definitely.
there. What is next for Almosafer? Do you have any things on the horizon or business strategies you could share with us today as we wrap up here?
I think, as I said, next year is really a year of continued growth. I don't see our transformation stopping. I think we're continue to innovate, continue to invest, continue to support the Vision 2030 in tourism. We're always thinking of something new, so it's a dynamic environment, and I think we're really excited about the next phase of this PIF transaction to really build out a unique level of service and delivery of tourism assets and products and services to the customers that are visiting the kingdom.
Well, it certainly seems like a dynamic time for Almosafer. If you'd like to learn more about what Almosafer is working on, you can go to almosafer.com. That's a consumer site, or Seera.sa if you're a business partner. Muzzammil, thank you again.
Thank you.